So all the big channels are it's truly a marketing piece. And you'll see the newbies who are buying mystery packs, and you're kind of like, why are you wasting your money on that? But then clearly what you're describing is there, like the gambling, the penny stocks, the roll the dice and see if you can pull, all this. There was a card box thing in the mall. I have no desire to be a YouTuber. My desire is to play with baseball cards. That's cool. Congrats, man. I've been following you. Noticing your channel's been on the clearly on the rise here. You're the.
You can call this the New World Order.
On Monday, I was lucky enough to interview Chris Sewall. This is the same day that we found out about the $13 million card sale, so our takes were fresh. I know my take has changed since this video. I can't speak for Chris. It was a really nice conversation. I hope you enjoy. Chris has been a content creator for 5 years now, baseball card collector, investor, dealer in that order. He's been a dealer for between 10 to 15 years as his full-time career, and he's been in the hobby since 1990. We open with me asking him a question on how big is the market really as big as some of these other salespeople make it out to seem or be.
Is the car, is it booming like it we're made to believe?
It's not like off the charts booming, but yeah, it's definitely on an upward tick in terms of amount of selling activity. I would say that I'm witnessing. So yeah, I would say things are up, but not it's not like record breaking across the board. I mean, I know we're seeing like high end stuff go for crazy values.
Oh, we'll get into that real soon. Yeah.
Well, how could we not? But I think the mid level and the low end is good. Better than average, but not crushing it.
Okay, so I do want to move to the $13 million card sale, but before, let's give 2018-19, in my opinion, a lot of people are rediscovering cards. They're finding COM-C. You see a little bump. 2020, there's a huge bump. Then 2022, 2023, it starts trickling back down, like at least single prices, if I'm tracking single prices. So can you give me just a quick from 2020 to now? How has business looked? Like, where is it? I assume between 2020 and 2021, it was ridiculous. It was crazy.
Yeah. So if you're talking about like just strictly my business,
sure. Let's go with you.
My business is not heavily affected by the market as long as I deal a lot in vintage. I deal a lot in collector-based bulk stuff, and so these ups and downs we see don't actually impact me tremendously. I think there are a lot of dealers who, in 2020, you couldn't do anything wrong as a dealer. You could buy whatever you wanted, and it would be worth more in a couple of weeks. But then the reverse happened in 2021 and 2. You couldn't do anything right if you were dealing with like modern players and things like that. But for me, everything's been a slow, sort of steady upwards trend as a dealer.
So you've stayed kind of in your lane. You're not buying rookie NFL quarterback. You're continuing to buy what you know, sell what you know.
Yeah. I've stayed in my lane the whole time. I venture out a little bit here and there for fun, but no, I don't. I'm not a gambler at all.
Do you see? I do want to move to the $13 million card, but do you see sustainability in? I mean, it hasn't slowed down. So when I see is, God, it's just teetering this line, but I mean, I could be way off. I don't know.
Tell me what you've seen. I'm curious to hear your story.
Well, I just found the national, like all those. My take is to look a macro at it. I find it to be people selling 80s penny stocks. Like they don't know really what they're doing. They're getting in on it. The demographic is young, 20 to 25-year-old men. Probably didn't go to college. I don't know that. It just seems like a pipe dream that's a little too good to be true. Like a lot of people are getting into it and they have to pay rent. They got to live a life. And maybe it is this, maybe it does afford them that, but I don't know. I don't know how sustainable the new ultra modern, I saw your 1 of 1 video. I want to get into that later. The manufacturers are greedy. There's too much money. Everyone's popping up. There's more card shops popping up. I'll let you go now. That's my
no, I don't. I guess my answer would be I don't know. I don't know if it's sustainable. If I'm taking like an optimistic view, I would say that, I mean, clearly what you're describing is there, like the gambling, the penny stocks, the roll the dice and see if you can pull, all this. There was a card box thing in the mall that I just
Oh
went
yeah, here in Vegas, there's quite a few. Yeah.
Are there really people buying that? But okay, so there's that stuff. Clearly has come out of nowhere in the last few years. And if I'm taking an optimistic view, I would say, yeah, but that's like a very small percentage of the overall sports card world. And I guess I would probably believe that, like if you were asking me, but I don't really know how big that is. So I would say in terms of like a sustainability, I would sort of push that to the side and say that's going to probably.
Like, will breakers stay afloat? Will all these different is it been proven to be sustainable model, or is it just a ticking time bomb?
I think if you had asked me a few years ago, I would have said it was a ticking time bomb, but now it seems like it's been a while and they don't seem to be going anywhere.
Now this new thing with mystery, they've all pivoted to a lot of them pivoted to mystery packs. That could be in desperation. I don't know. I'm with you. We don't know the future, but there's just some red flags that don't seem right.
I mean, I don't buy into breaks and I don't do mystery packs, and I actually sort of don't really understand the mindset. I mean, I do understand the mindset of it, but it's so far away from what my interests are. So I can't.
Is it just gamblers, or is it also like uneducated hobby people? They want to get in, but they don't know. So I don't know.
Good question. Think back to when you got into the hobby. Like, how did you enter the hobby as a?
I was like you. I opened my oldest boxes from 1990. My grandpa bought it. I was 5 years old. NBA hoops. So I worked at a card shop at 15.
Yeah.
I opened and closed it on Sundays. So every card shop had mystery packs. But by the time you're educated, they were selling them for $5 or $10 to try to get a kid to buy them at a low. And most people that knew what they were coming in on Sunday, nobody was buying a mystery pack. Nobody. They were buying packs or singles.
I agree. I would say at like a show, you'll see both. You'll see the newbies who are buying mystery packs, and you're kind of like, why are you wasting your money on that? But then you'll see lots of experienced pros doing it the right way, or collectors doing it, how I think we think collectors should do it.
I guess my take on mystery packs, and then I do really want to get to that $13 million car. I'm curious your take, but
yeah,
I just don't find mystery packs to be a sustainable. I think people end up seeing through them after they play for a while. You get in, you play, you realize, oh man, this is not the best way to be buying cards, and you either get out or move on buying smarter.
I think so. I think probably. Again, they've sort of lasted longer than I would have thought.
Yeah, that's fair.
I would have thought there would have just sort of been a flash in the pan, but people seem
let's
to
segue, because big money's moved into Arena Club and mystery packs, which boggles my mind.
Yeah.
And now big money, this $13 million MJ Kobe card. It was Kevin O'Leary, who I'm familiar with Shark Tank. It was Shine. And I'm doing a video on it now, so my mind's really into it. And it seems like this is going one of two ways. Dumb big money's getting in, and it's not going to go well for them. Or institutional money, like it did with Bitcoins moving in, and it's only going to make these crazy rare cards sell for crazy prices. So which side of the fence would you lean to?
I don't know that I would take a strong stance. I would probably lean more towards the second. That I think so. I don't know a whole lot about the sale. I know Kevin O'Leary, he kind of compared it to like rare art, which a lot of people like scoff at. I actually think that's a decent comparison.
He compared it to that and like rare watches as well.
Okay, I don't know anything about the watch world, but
me neither.
I think that's a decent comparison. I mean, historically, the super high end sports cards have always just gone up in value.
Okay, I want to push back. Historically, it's like vintage though. This is the first someone bought $1 million Anthony Davis. That card's not worth $1 million. Shine bought that Luka for 3.2. Is it really worth 3.2 anymore? I don't know. Now MJ and Kobe's career is over. I do think that's it's always been vintage that sold for that much. So it's a new record high. It's a totally fair point.
Yeah, I would say this almost counts as a vintage card. It's a 20-year-old card.
Yeah, almost
all-time retired greats. So you're right. It's not vintage, but it's also not modern either. It's not a Luka Doncic. It's not a Anthony Davis. It's not even a LeBron James. I mean, these guys have nowhere. They can't. Their careers can't collapse in any way.
I agree with you. Their careers are epic. And do you see a divide? I mean, is there just this class of that, and then there's what you sell and I buy?
A divide in like what sense? Like there's like the rich snobby people and
Yeah, I was watching Shine open a box 9 months ago. I'm making this video. He's in like this room. The people are dressed as if they're in a gala. Like it's just they don't know what they're doing. He's explaining to them how there's jersey cards from the game in them. They don't know, and they're smoking cigar. It just yes. I mean that's to me that and to you because I think we're very similar. That's why I really like your content. Is that it's just that's what we do is cards. That's how we grew up with it. That's what cards is, and now there's the Roth cards of the world or Shine that make it look like it's a $13 million sale. That's crazy.
It's crazy. To be honest, I just found out about it today, and I'm not 100% sure what I think. I mean,
me neither.
On like a gut level, I'm like, no, man, a vintage card has to own the record. You know, but yeah, so I guess I haven't really.
And basketball, I'm a big NBA guy. Like basketball, I know it's Shine, and someone had to be competing against these guys to get it up that high. But yeah, a lot of basketball doesn't hold value like that. You know, I mean, Hakeem Olajuwon rookie, nothing. You know, I mean, it's just a lot of basketball doesn't hold value like that.
That's fair. I mean, you could certainly argue Kobe and LeBron are above sort of basketball. But.
Yes, no doubt. That is fair. Okay, let's do new car. Have you been into a new card shop? One of these new designs that are made for Tops or Fanatics?
You know what? I haven't. Have you? Yeah.
I went to Texas this summer, and I went into 2 of them, and I did not like what was going on. I don't know if you might have seen Card Vaults videos or something. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask, what describe the store? Like, was it?
It's very like you would go into a fine art museum, a gallery. Like it's everything slabbed away. There's no boxes to rummage through. There's no like cards to put your hands on. Everything slabbed. Normally it's behind some glass. There's a lot of packs. Packs are over, everything's so pricey. You can't go in there with a few dollars. But it's almost high end. It feels like it doesn't feel as. So I was just curious. Do you think too many card shops are popping up? I don't know if you haven't been in one, so it's hard to say if you like them or not. But I don't know. It's a lot of card shops popping up.
Well, so let me follow up a little if you don't mind. Like, were there? So there's like cards in like glass display cases that you can't touch. Are they all high end? Like, what's the cheap? Are there any cheap singles at all?
Yeah, but a lot, at least in the shops I went to, a lot of it's like the ultra modern new hype guy that's in the case. There was a little vintage, but not much, very little.
But is there a $50 card you can buy?
Sure.
Or no?
Yes. Yes. At least where I went. Yes.
Okay, but there's no like dollar boxes
or stuff you could put. Like I bought a $40 Paul Skeens rookie Tops now in a high grade. I don't remember what it was graded, but sure, there is. I bought a Pete Sampras graded rookie at one of the card shops.
Cool.
That was cool, but that was the minority of what they had. Majority was ultra modern, the new hype. Okay. 350 for this auto, 200 for that auto.
Did you feel uncomfortable in there? Like
yes.
Oh, you
yes.
did. Okay. How so? It just felt like it wasn't welcoming.
Yes, for me. And people argue that, so maybe I went in at 2 bad times, but for me, I didn't feel like they knew much. They didn't pay me much attention. And it just wasn't like, let's chill here for a while. For me, I'm not sitting there breaking packs though. So maybe that's the customer that likes it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, my local card shop is old school. I go in there, I chat with the guy, hang out for an hour. We do sports trivia. It's old school. You thumb through dollar boxes, which is what I like. But I don't know. I can't say if I like the thing without having been there.
I hope you go into a couple. Make a video on it. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see your take on one of these new card shops.
There's none in my area, but I mean, it's an interesting concept. I'm surprised that. Again, I'm surprised some of these things work. Like the slot machine box thing at the mall. I can't believe that there's enough people.
Explain what you're seeing, because what I'm seeing is like a $50. It's like a vending machine.
it's like a huge vending machine. I think it's $100. You put it and you pull out, you get one CGC graded card, and there's absolutely no information on the box anywhere about what you get. I just can't believe there's people who would drop $100 on that. Or I mean, I can believe there's a few, but I can't believe that's like a sustainable.
It's all new. I mean, it's all really new. You know, it's all. I'm with you. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's all relatively new. So I'm like in Vegas, they're in some. I would imagine it costs them a little bit of money to put their thing there. You know, it's not free.
No, right. It's in a mall. It's in a mall. Or the other one I saw was at the airport. I mean, these aren't cheap. You can't just put stuff there. And so the other, like the thing you were saying about the high end, high end art like card store. I think the concept's kind of cool, but I wouldn't think that that's a business model that would work. Off the top of my head, it just doesn't feel like it would. But maybe I'm missing something about the high end market. I would say that having touched the high end world a little bit, there are a lot more high end collectors than people realize. Like I get all the time in like on a High Rolls video, people are like, who's buying these? Like nobody would buy these. That's not true. There's crazy rich people who are true collectors and like to just collect really high expensive stuff, and that's more common than we realize, because they're often they don't want to be out on Instagram posting their stuff. They're very reserved. And
just for our audience, I mean, those guys are all because I know some of them through Facebook groups.
Yeah,
they're all collecting stuff, whether it's vintage or not. It's extremely rare. Would you agree? I mean, everything they want is on a short list that only comes for sale once every so often, and that's what they're going for.
Right, and they'll pay strong on it. They're not looking for steals. They'll pay strong on a really rare card that never comes up if it's what they're looking for. That's a lot more common than I think people realize.
I would agree. I do. There's the Arizona Diamondbacks owner. I don't know if you've ever seen his collection. I mean, but it's insane.
He's got the Mantle 10, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, no, or does he have the Wagner? Does he have the Wagner?
He has so much though. I mean, he has. Wow.
Yeah. But a lot of those people, they're not on social media, so they're not. You don't see them like popping up all the time.
Okay, so you made a video recently on the 101 Leaf, and you couldn't believe how many different variations of this one. I made a video recently breaking down this wild card product that has, like, I'm not kidding, over 10,000 variations of Caleb Williams short print rookie cards, out of 5, out of 10, out of this monster, that monster. Another thing I just don't, doesn't it water all those low serial number cards, no matter the brand, like just way down?
Oh yeah. Leaf. So I didn't realize how bad Leaf was. Leaf, and how's wild? It sounds like Wild Card is pretty awful too. Leaf's the worst. I mean, Panini and Topps are bad, but
I think that's their idea to like compete. Is we're gonna print all short print cards.
I mean, the stuff's worthless. Like I think in my videos are Patrick Mahomes 101. It's like $50.
Because it's not really one of one, right? I mean,
or there was a Gary Sheffield auto for $9, a 101 auto. I mean, it's $9. You know, 5 years ago, the cheapest 101 common would have been $50, a total common with not even an auto, just a random common from 5. Now you got Gary Sheffield auto 101s for $9.
And then they just keep doing it year after year after year.
It's getting because you have to up it every year, right?
Okay, so you've made content for the past 5 years. I think making interesting sports card content, it's a dry subject. I mean, it's hard to make entertaining. Yeah. So let's start with the first thing. How do you come up with some of your ideas, or what do you find? Do you set out for something? Does it just come to you? Is it something you plan?
No, I used to put out 4 videos a week, and that's tough. You after a couple of years, you start running out of ideas. Now I just put out 1 video a week, and when you're just doing one a week, you can sort of pick what just sort of feels what comes to you, which is kind of mostly what I do. I usually some point during the week I'm like, that's a cool idea in it, and I'm sort of always inspired on the topic as opposed to sort of like forcing it. I don't know how it is for you. I mean, do you feel like you have to force out videos sometimes?
it's I not forced, but it's not easy. I
Yeah.
would say that, I try to stay up on the current stuff because people want to hear current stuff. I try, I've picked a lane that's anti-establishment, but I don't want every video to be that. I mean, I have to mix it up, but it is really hard to. I That's one of the tougher parts, I think, coming up with the idea.
Yeah, for sure.
What besides, like, hey, I went from 5 to 1 or 4 videos a week to 1, what other um maybe things you've learned or is there anything that stands out to you over the years that, or in the content world, YouTube world, that struck you?
Well, I was surprised. I was amazed how much people loved the stories. Um, that just those like exploded. When I started, the high rollers was sort of my how I initially kind of launched. My channel got big with the high rollers, but now a lot of people do not. They don't do exactly that, but a lot of people do. Oh, these high sales type content. So it's not super original anymore, and I kind of got tired of it. But yeah, no, I was really surprised about the stories. I think people really like when you sort of share some personal aspect about yourself.
Yes, it also has to be woven in because it can't be. 2 questions, and you could take them. I just want to get them out now so I don't forget. One is, where do you see content going in the future, card content? And 2, you mentioned, like, I'm very curious about this burnout, not just in the content space, but like my friend runs a Facebook group that's huge and he deals with a lot of customer service. He's very professional, but he's feeling a little burnt out. Like, you've done this for a long time, so it's your career at this point, but is burnout something you'd expect to see coming? Tough question, but what's your take on burnout, and where do you see content in the future?
No, that's an interesting. So when you say burnout, do you mean burnout from YouTube or from sports cards in general?
Sports cards, being a breaker, ripping packs, being live all the time. More sports cards in general, or YouTube content fits in that, but
yeah, no.
Overall,
so I sort of had a burnout phase right before we moved to Europe. It's actually part of the reason we moved to Europe, because I was feeling burned out and I kind of just needed
that was before YouTube, right? You're just talking as a dealer.
Yes, that was before you. That would have been like 2019. And it had gotten kind of repetitive. Like every day was doing the same sort of thing. And so I felt a little bit of burnout. So I think that's a very, very real thing, especially and definitely in YouTube, sports card YouTube. I know a lot of people who are just like, man, I've been cranking out a video, 3 a week for the last 2 years. I'm tired of it. But so I think burnout's a very, very real thing. I haven't experienced it since then, but I also sort of made a point to like always keep things fresh and change it up and not get too repetitive. Have you ever experienced any sort of, so even as a teacher or a professor?
Of course, there's always, especially in going to school, but where I have it as a hobby. So it's hard. I could pick and choose. I could It's a fun little thing it's a fun hobby for me. Now, content's become more of a demand, like a time consuming thing, but I enjoy it. But for someone like,
how many hours would you say you spend on your hobby / content? How many hours a week?
Before content, 2 to 5.
2 to 5 a week. So an hour
before content, scouring eBay, messing with my cards. I didn't sell really. Since content, I don't know, I put 20 hours a week onto this probably. So I don't know, 25 hours total. It takes me a while to edit the videos, but I'm just curious on like the flipper side or someone making a living. It becomes not a hobby. It's now your career.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Okay. And most of these guys probably feel the same.
I mean, there are like, annoying aspects of it that feel like a job, like when you're shipping a bunch of items out or you got to take photos for eBay, but 80% of it is really fun, and that cancels out the annoying 20%. Okay. That's been my experience the last few years anyway. That's cool. Congrats, man. I've been following you, noticing your channel's been on the clearly on the rise here. You're the on par with the high end sports card market, just going up and to the left here.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I just recently made a video on like organic content versus what I think is non-organic. Like I checked comments, I looked at views, and there's just, there's some creators out there that with your numbers, you get far more comments when their video does, let's say, 10x the amount of views. And so I think it hurts the organic content because they don't end up finding us. They don't end up finding you because they find the big guy and they leave the big guy. Any take on organic? Have you noticed in your time, or what I'm bringing, any organic versus non-organic stuff on YouTube?
Yeah, so I saw your video. So I saw that video. I thought that it was a great analysis. I don't know. I had never thought of it until I saw your video. And there's a million things that could be so your basic argument was comment to view ratio should be somewhat consistent throughout, no matter how big your channel is, right? And
at least not as weak as some of they were pretty weak, comparatively.
Yeah, right. And there were some where the comment to view ratio was like insanely low, and so most likely what was going on is they're buying views, which I don't know if that's true or not, but I thought it's definitely a very legit hypothesis. And if it is the case, yeah, I would definitely prefer that not happen. Yeah.
I want to ask you what you think of Roth Cards and Jeff Wilson, but anything that you do watch or do enjoy.
No, I watch a lot of content.
Oh, okay.
It's normally in the background as I'm sorting cards. I spend half my life just sorting cards, which is what I want. And so, I'm often looking for things to put on in the background. So yeah, there's a lot of content I watch. And it's a cross section. I watch a lot of different people to get a lot of different views. And I watch people I'm not really interested in, just to sort of get a sense for the vibes of things.
How do you get leads, or how do you buy, and what's your preference to sell?
Majority now is word of mouth. That took a long time to build.
They email you or call?
Yeah, hey, my buddy sold you a collection 6 months ago. He said he had a good experience. I have a collection too. Can I show it to you? It's this sort of thing. That's the majority of my leads at this point. I mean, I still get leads through the channel. I don't market myself on my channel much.
I love that, by the way. Kudos to you. Yeah, that's rare in this space.
I appreciate that, but it still does promote, or it still does, I don't know, generate leads, which is cool. And that's actually sort of the main reason I do it. I have no desire to be a YouTuber. My desire is to play with baseball cards. so the YouTube channel does help with that, and so that's great.
That's insight to the other channels, because I've often wondered, it's kind of a failing YouTube channel, some of these, but not the people that have put these crazy subscribers and views, but is it just that good for the card business? Is it that good for the headquarters? Is it that good? It keeps you somewhat relevant.
Oh, 100%. So there's no money in YouTube sports card. The sports card YouTube world is way too niche to make any money. I mean, I'm not the biggest channel, but I'm in the higher end, we'll say, of size of channels. I don't make anything. Now I could, I'm sure with sponsors I could make something, but not like a living or anywhere close to it. So all the big channels are truly a marketing piece, and you can view that as a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a marketing piece. There's not money there. I mean, obviously with sponsorships they might be getting some deals that way, money that way, but yeah, it's all just to market themselves, and I think it's probably working for some of the big channels.
Yeah, that's good insight.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no money here. So but when my channel in 2020, my channel was really, really slow at first, and then it sort of took off in the second half of the year. And the chart's like this, it's like, and for like a short window, I was looking at it and being like, wow, if this continues like
exactly,
that, I'm gonna be very wealthy. But it didn't continue.
But I don't think you're the only channel that thought that. Yeah, you also didn't put a ton of money behind your channel. I think that's for some of those guys that just anyone that made a channel in 2020 saw some growth, good growth.
There was definitely a luck factor with the timing around that.
Any thoughts to why Pokemon content does so well and sports card content doesn't?
Oh, that's interesting. It does. I didn't know that. It does.
Oh, really? Yeah, very. Yeah. Could be all the view thing also. I looked into their comments. They're better than sports cards, but still, what? This video has 200,000 views, but it does do a lot better. Yeah.
Really? So, because now No, I don't know. That's interesting. So the reason I started my YouTube channel was my son was kind of into chess, and he started watching chess YouTube, and there was just this chess guy who would just get on and do a video about a game, and you could tell he'd spent like 30 minutes, and he had like 1 million views per episode. And I was like, wow, I was just running numbers, like that's a living. And I started the channel and sort of wondering what the upside of a sports card YouTube channel. I quickly realized it was a tiny fraction of what chess is. So I imagine Pokemon. I guess, is Pokemon bigger than sports cards?
I mean, you go to some of these shows and they've taken over.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm sometimes a little surprised that there's not more upside for some of the sports card YouTube channels, to be honest. Yeah,
I think that's fair. Me too. No, if the big money like O'Leary and things keep happening, you'd assume that there's some more viewers into sports card content.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What did you not that this won't? I saw you made a national recap. What was your take? What did you think? That was my first. So yeah, I mean, I don't have much to compare it to.
Oh, that's right. I think I knew that. So I thought the national was, in terms of like size, it was the biggest I've ever seen in terms of attendance. I don't know if it's me getting older, but it's becoming less and less for me. I enjoyed it less than I have in the past.
Is it too busy, or is it all the new stuff?
Too much carnival games.
Yeah.
Going on. Very, very crowded. I want to say like the prices were really high, although that's always been the case. And if you're gonna get a deal, it has to be like a dealer and you've done deals with in the past. That's sort of the only way you're gonna get a deal, probably. But yeah, it's just very noisy, very loud. Just half the place I'm walking through, I'm like, I have no desire to be here. But I think that's part just because I'm getting older and I'm not the target audience anymore.
It also changed. I mean, it changed a lot.
Oh yeah, huge. So if you had gone 6 years ago, there was none of that. There wasn't even corporate booths. It was just only dealers.
This I believe in. I think like the card I love there the most was the autographed Johnny Bench rookie, and it was still overpriced. But I was like, man, that's value compared to everything else. I'm big on these. I just like the Kareem autograph rookie. There's like 400-600. There's not many. Do you have any take on some of these old autograph? I just think it's a market that's not tapped yet. That's kind of. I wouldn't mind putting some more money there.
Well, totally. So it's not my thing. I'm not an autograph guy, but that I agree. It's like it's there's very little of it, and yeah, it's awesome. I mean, a Kareem auto rookie. I mean, how many auto rookies does Anthony Edwards have?
Versus, yes.
I mean, that's amazing. And
like Marino auto rookie, there's less than 500, and it sells. You can get one for 400 or 500, maybe not in top grade, but it's like I just feel like that's undervalued.
There's less than 500 on like PSA's Pop Report.
Yeah, and the Elway I think is about 600. Marino's somewhere in the 4. It always like when I look at it, I'm like, damn, that's not as many as I thought.
I didn't know that. Well, yeah, that does strike me as an undervalued aspect, because a Marino auto rookie. I mean, we're not talking about like a 1010 or anything, but
that's right. That's really expensive.
Yeah, but the regular ones are not that expensive, right? I mean. Like, what's the Johnny Bench? You said, did you get the Johnny Bench?
The bench at the show was 800. When I looked it up, I could buy it for $5 at home. And again, this is like, not maybe a 10 auto non-grade card.
Okay. So you didn't buy it because it was overpriced, but still a cool item.
And then when I got home, I almost pulled the trigger. But I'm at a point where I want to be putting money in the stock market instead. If I'm gonna, but I do believe in. Then over the next year, I kind of want to pick up some of these. Like the Magic Dr. J Bird you could get for $3,000 or $4,000, and it's just like, damn, dude, that is
with all 3 autographs.
Yeah, and that's my favorite card. Auto is I somewhat afford it. It's like,
so I know you're a collector, but do you have any I don't know, investing thought process in your buys?
Yeah, when I spend $1 or $2 for a card, no, but yes, if I'm gonna put $300-400 in a card, I do it smartly. I have 22 Vince McMahon graded rookies. There's only 200 of them. Like I just think that's a card that
10% of the market.
Yeah. Yes. I want more.
What's it? What is a Vince McMahon rookie? I don't even know. 90. What is it?
85 Opichin. It has Hogan he's being interviewed. Hogan's being interviewed. So Hogan has his boots on his desk. So it's both of them on the card. And I just don't think a lot of people even know what it is, know it exists.
Didn't even know it existed. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But so you do have some sort of in the back of your mind, investing is the wrong word, but
yeah, like the Kareem auto, I'm not buying it because I wouldn't put $3,000 there because I think I'm gonna lose money. I would put it there because I would hope in 10 years it's worth more. Yeah.
Would you buy a card you're not interested in because you think it will be worth more?
That is a tough one. There's so much I do want that I think
probably not. There's no room for it.
Yeah, most of the stuff, like, yes, I would probably keep putting it towards those older autograph rookie, a Ricky Henderson auto rookie, a Marino auto rookie. Further back than that as well, a bench auto rookie.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's no like pure investing, but there is like an aspect of it on top of your collecting, we'll say.
Oh yeah, I look at the pop counts. I'm really nerdy about numbers. I want stuff that's rare, but it's never going to be a $13 million card, you know?
If you were at a show and there was a card you had no interest in that was way underpriced and you knew you could just sell it for more on eBay tomorrow, would you buy it?
Yeah, probably. That's rare, though. I mean, that's pretty rare.
A tiny bit of dealing in you.
But yeah, and I think most collectors, like, sure, I'll buy stuff. Like, I don't have a lot of it, but I think Anthony Edwards, every time he goes to the playoffs, I've seen it in the charts.
Yeah, people
like his playing style. So I feel like Anthony Edwards is a good one, and then you sell him in the playoffs. And then if I do that, that goes into my collection. Then I have a little more money to go buy something I want. But yeah, I think there's a little bit in that of all collectors.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you say that because I find that stuff really fun, and it's not collecting. So, but like a lot of people will say you're not a true collector, but I find that really just fun, like as a sort of fun piece of the world of sports cards.
You mentioned it twice. You mentioned it when I asked about dealing and just now, like, and that's maybe a spot I'm missing in my analysis of it all is people are just having a lot of fun with it as well while they're making some money or it's just fun as well.
It's totally fun. Like people ask me, I've gotten questions like, oh, now that you're a dealer and you can't enjoy cards anymore because you have to think of the money aspect of it. It's kind of the opposite. Like when I was a collector, it was very fun. But now it's like, I still get to collect cards, but I get to make money doing it too. And there's a lot more, I'm much more educated. I know a lot more. It's just more fun. I like spend my money much more wisely so I can buy more.
You get to see a lot of it too, handle it.
Yeah, I get to see a lot more. I get to handle a lot more. It's more fun.
One part I think that's missing, I don't think this is talked about enough because it's in the poker world. It's humongous in any gambling is money management. Knowing, like, you have to know how to manage your money if you're good at, if you could be a great poker player and suck in money management and you're going to be a losing poker player. So how much a lot of people are not meant to be money managers. I don't know, how much is money management discipline a part of dealing?
Massive. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you got to have it under control. You got to have it under control. And the more the more better you are with money management, the way more opportunities arise. And like as a really simple example, if like $100 card walks up and somebody wants $80 for it, if you're very good at money management and you have plenty of money set aside, you can buy for 80 and sell it for 100, and that's fine. But if you're bad at money management and you do that a lot, you will go broke immediately because you'll just run out of money.
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of my experience. Is like the margins are pretty damn small unless you're good at, like, you have to be disciplined because it's the
discipline, very, very, and you have to be willing to pass a lot more than probably early on. I way overpaid for way too much because I was too eager to get going. But you got to pass out a lot of stuff. If someone brings you a collection, are you a 70% guy? What is you're known to be pretty fair. So how do you go about it? Yeah, I mean, it totally depends. If it's really, really high end stuff, it can be 85. But if it's like bulk, it's got to be, 50 or lower, depending on how bad the bulk is.
When you say high end stuff, is that like a $50,000 collection, 100, a 10? What would
more like the individual cards. Like if every card is 1,000 and up, then I mean, most people aren't going to take less than 80, or but if it's all like dollar cards, it has to be lower than 50%. Otherwise, it's not worth the time.
I think most people don't even put offers into that kind of stuff.
They don't. Yeah.
So you're on those bigger, you're trying to make at least $100 a card, or if not more, with the bigger, even though it's at 85%, they're such expensive cards that you sell it for 1,000, you paid $850. After all said and done, you're making $100 per card. Go ahead. Yeah. Am I crazy with this?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a very case by case basis. I mean, if you're talking about like a really nice $1,000 card, that's very rare, let's say, and there's one comp and the last comp was $1,000. Maybe I'll pay $850 for that, and I'll try to get 1,200. Try to do well, and if I can't get to 1,200, I'll go back down to 1,000, and if I can't get the 1,000, maybe I have to eat it and sell it for $850, and that sort of thing. Those sort of cards are often gambles. But if it's a very liquid card, it's a little safer. But yeah, it's a very case by case basis. I mean, paying 85% leaves very, very little room.
Yeah,
a very little room. But sometimes it's your only chance if you want to get high end stuff. People have so many options to sell their cards nowadays, especially high end stuff.
Where are that's some of it. Where are you selling your cards? I think you have an eBay store.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. I have an eBay store. I set up at card shows. I use a lot of online sellers. ComC is a big one that I use. Fanatics a little bit. My partner has an auction house, CIA, which I send stuff to sell there. And there's other like consignor companies I use as well. Hoodies and yeah.
Do you ever feel pressure to? I asked SCV the same thing. Did Whatnot ever approach you? Do you ever feel pressure to go the live route just because that's where things that move? There's always gonna be a market for putting on eBay because I don't want to go on a live show and buy my cards. So, but if you felt any pressure to move that way,
this is a great question because they approached me many times, and I've resisted it until very recently. I actually tried a couple Whatnot shows. I'm not sure how I feel because I have issues with Whatnot. I've watched. I don't know if you've ever watched it. Do you ever watch Whatnot?
I am not. I hate their advertising. It's enough for me. And yeah, but eBay Live, Fanatics Live. There's other places I guess you could go.
Yeah, I mean but the more I see it, the more I think the future of card selling might be live. And so I don't want to miss the curve. So I'm sort of undecided there.
It is tough. I find two ways. I find like people like me, I want to do my own research. I don't want to go to some live and have you sell me what you have. I want to be able to go find what I want. And I think that'll always be a thing, but live is definitely like just live selling anything is a huge, what's the word when you're about to buy? Impulse buy almost.
I totally agree. Although I would counter with, if you go to a live show where the seller is like a legit cool, not hype guy, it's a really cool environment. Like it really is. And if you can just watch along and maybe you buy one card, and if nobody's hyping and trying to trick everybody into overpaying for stuff, it's actually awesome. But for every one of those, there's one of the hype machine guys.
Oh, so. A lot more of the hype, but
it's on Whatnot. They're all over the place.
Here we go with the NWO making their way in. Let me say this, and I should mention, and that's great to see it. Sure is great to see.
What up, everybody? This is Robert Ory, aka Big Shot Bob, and you're watching Professional Sports Cards. Hey, by the way, go buy my rookie card.